I can see him out there. I know this game. Helpless. Unsuspecting 20 something having a quiet night out with their folks while out of town. Sits down to watch a scary movie. The setup is just too perfect. The only chance I've got is getting the first strike in. I'm not going down like some two-dimensional aging star trying to pretend they're a teenager. Tools? What have I got? Enough? I hope. A quick check to make sure he was still there. Yeah, he's gone nowhere. I can see the mask and falling back. Scream. The film so about avoiding film cliches, and here I find one stood right in front of me. The only thing between us is the door. I'm sure you can hear my loud, labored breathing. It's my not as light as I'd like footsteps. He rings the doorbell. Man, trying to catch me unaware. I don't think so. I can just I can just about make his knife out, clutching close to his robe. It looks dull, tarnished. I call it lifeless, but it feels too much like an omen. It feels like I edge my way to the kitchen. The closest thing we got to a weapon is an assortment of cooking knives. Fine. If it's a knife fight, then I'm gonna make it the first lunch. I compose myself for a minute, breathing some of the ash from my lungs before stepping back into the living room so I can make my way to the door. He's at the window. Game over. It's now or never. The police never got here in time. The knife is in my hand. It, its weight isn't nearly as reassuring as I'd hoped it would be. The handle is moist in my sweaty palm, and I'm trembling so much that I think I might drop it from behind my back and give the game away. This is it. My heart is practically racing through my rib cage as I reach the door. No fear. If you're going down, go down fighting. I wonder if this is how every man on point felt when reaching a room. How the brave souls of D-Day felt like as they climbed into their boats. Death, palpable, real, with a face. I twist the lock. The door swings freely with a push. I taste the air. TR. He stops the knife. I never felt anything like it. I snag it. I snag as it first hit the grate as it connected with the bone. I touched the touch of the robe as my hand finished driving home my defense, my salvation. It was over. It took a few seconds for any reaction. I didn't know if it was enough. I stared into those black holes which should hold eyes and saw nothing. Everything in me wanted to burst. He sways. A groan comes from behind the mask. I smell blood as he falls. I stand, trying to will the life back into my limbs. This is the part where they catch you. Dead. Sure. Dead, just falling out freedom. Let your guard down. I drag him to the chopping block, round back, and make sure he's not coming back. It's all over. I get back inside and wash up. I cry a lot. It feels like I've just been lifted from it. Jesus wrapping a hand around my wrist when I most needed it. I've never been the religious type. Maybe that time it changed. My heart drops right back down into the pit from where I was just lifted. There was a knock at the door. The doorbell ringing. I peer outside and see a group of children and teens dressed as farmers. One looks like a priest. Stephen King, Children of the Corn. Religious fanatics haunted by a deity roaming the fields. 5 of them. Well, there may be more of them. But that means nothing. I've done this once. It's time for the sequel. I twist the lock. The door swings free with a push. I taste the ear. Trick or treat. Yeah, I'm not falling for that one.